Hi everyone, Kathy here again with Legacy Paper Arts. Thanks for joining us for our weekly creative corner. I hope you all have been enjoying the videos, and I would love if there's something that you'd like to see, anything specific or a technique you've learned that you'd like me to show everyone or share with everyone, please let me know and I will do my best to do that. Today we are going to work on a slimline card, and it's more about these are just die cuts, so building a scene, if you will, with die cuts. And I just really like these new products from Divinity Designs. You know, their slimline dies are wonderful. We just got several new Christmas themed products, stamps, dies in, and I really like them, and I wanted to share that with you. So this is a finished one that I've done. We're going to work on the same thing, same layout, just with some different colors. Okay, so let's get started. So first is the card base, and Slimlines come in all different sizes. I can measure this. To tell you the truth, I'm not even sure what this size is. I just go along with the papers that come, or the dies rather, that came with Divinity Designs. But this is a 9 by 4. So it'll fit in an A10 envelope. Or number 10, sorry, number 10 envelope. I am really bad at that, if you hadn't noticed. My A10s and my A2s, and I know what I'm talking about. I just just have trouble remembering the numbers. Okay, I'm going to layer a black, and I'm going to use my glitter glue this time. A black background. And speaking of glitter glue, weather is starting to get cool, and as we all know, glitter glue cannot be shipped when it's cold because it is water-based and it freezes. So if you are in need, I would make sure that you get a little supply, get you through the winter, because usually in a few more weeks, I'm thinking, they will stop shipping. Yeah, let me see if I got that right. Look good to you? Looks good to me. Okay. These are, if you hadn't seen, Divinity Designs now carries slimline papers, and they are 6 by 9. So they will, I mean, obviously you can use them for normal or regular cards, I should say, but they work really well with slimlines. And their papers are unique in that they have a lot of designs on them, and you can actually just incorporate that background, that design, into your card. I've seen people just do very simple cards. Melody did a beautiful one where she just did some snow slopes on the top and the bottom, and what shone through was like these stars, and then she put Merry Christmas on. It was beautiful. So that's the paper I'm using. This particular one is called Christmas Collection 2020. So I'm going to just put that on there. I'm going to layer that up. I kind of like non-traditional colors for Christmas. I mean, I love the traditional colors, of course, but I like the non-traditional as well. Okay, the next piece, this is called the snow globe. So when you cut it, that's what you get. And there is another piece that's just a little arc, like a half circle that you can cut, let's say white cardstock or white glitter cardstock to make snow. So if you wanted to make a little snowbank, you could do that, but I'm not going to do that for this one. And then the other die that I'm using is the Manger and Stars die. There's 2 dies that come with it. One cuts out just these stars, and the other cuts out the nativity. So what I did is I cut, using this die here, the snow globe die, I cut a piece of black, and then I use the die to make the stars. And if I have that die here, I can show it to you. Yes, I do. So this is what the set looks like. And there's that nativity. So the nativity does not cut all the way to the bottom. And the reason being is this gives you a little bit of flexibility as far as if you want to make this higher and then use that that slopey die you could use it on here actually. You can actually raise up your nativity and then have, you know, your snow all the way down here, or you can cut this right across and then it's really, really narrow. But either way, I just made it a little bit because I'm actually going to cut that off. And here is the piece that cuts a sky. So you can use it on the snow globe. I think it was designed for that, but I think you can use this die for any of your sky cards, or any sky you want to put on a card, I should say. Okay. So you can also, I mean, I want to put something behind here. I'm going to go ahead and just use this piece. In my other card, I actually used some glitter, gold glitter paper, because I wanted it to shine through the navy. But for this, I'm just going to do this. Now, I cheat. I'm going to go ahead and apply this here first. I just usually use some tape to, let's put this around more on the edges. I use tape to keep the pieces, like in a die cut like this, together. Okay. Gotta make sure that's even. So, okay. And then this is just going to fit, it's just going to sit right in there. But I'm going to turn it over and get it to fit in there the right way. Okay. And I'm just going to use some tape. And I'm sure everyone has their own ways of doing things. I'm just going to use my way. Just use some thin pieces of paper. Tape. Make sure that's in there well, and it is. Because no one's going to see the back of this. I just want to make sure that it stays together. So for me, honestly, I don't know how else you would do it. If anyone does it a different way, I'd love to hear it. I mean, you could always just attach it straight to the card, but, you know, I'm going to be popping this baby up, so. Okie dokie. And I'll just use that last piece there, okay? So that's going to be going there. Now, for the nativity, I'm just going to cut this kind of across. And pop up that tape again. I taped it really well. Well, anyway, I want to put this back in there. So I'm going to have to do this again because that tape is really strong. I thought it would just pop up a little bit. I wanted it to stay together as I was working with it, but it had other ideas. So that's just going to fit right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. See, the joy of you guys joining me for these videos is you get to see all of my little oopsies too. See, it doesn't go perfect for everyone the first time out, ever. Well, maybe it does for some people. I'm not that lucky. I don't know about you. All right, I'm just going to put that kind of right there. And now I'm going to put that tape down. And watch, because I've used it, it won't stay sticky. So I'm gonna put in another piece, okay? So there's that. And now the next thing I'm using is it's called Pinecone and Pine Bow. So it's some branch, like kind of branchy things. And I cut those. There's two different sizes, so I cut them in. This is the set. They come in two different sizes, but a lot of times I'm cutting those twigs or whatever, a little bit of pine branches. So branches, I cut those a little bit shorter because I usually want to tuck them in underneath something. So just so you're aware of that. And then there's two different types of pine cones in the set. And there's two pieces. So this I'm using for the back and this for the those little pieces that stick up on a pine cone. You know, you're talking to a city girl here, so I'm not sure what those are called. The needles? No, pine cones don't have needles. Anyway, for my dies, it's going to be the brown piece. Okay. Okay, so I want to, I've already adhered these two pieces, and I'm going to put those there, and now I'm going to adhere these two pieces together, just at the tip. So I'm going to put one at the top and one at the bottom. Wanted it to kind of have an illusion that it's on a Christmas tree, like that. And I want to make sure that I move this up because I have word dies that I'm going to put on the bottom. So let me go ahead and I'm going to use some tape for this, I think, because it's a pretty big piece. Alrighty. Peel off the back. I cut my nails and now it's kind of hard to do anything with them. There we go. Okay, again, I'm going to make sure that I've got this kind of where I want it. And put that right around there. Okay. And then I have this pine cone that I can put either place. I can put it there or down here. I think I want to put it up at the top like I did the other. We'll put that there. And another thing you can do is, because this is supposed to be like this, you know, that's the Bethlehem star. It is the Bethlehem star. You can always cut out another piece, just, you know, using that star in like a, you know, a shiny color, or yellow, or you know, anything else to kind of bring that out and put it on top. Just little different things you can do. I'm just going to glue that down there. Okay, and then just glue these down to the bottom. So like I said, I wanted it to look like it was sort of nesting in a Christmas tree. Okay, and now the words, these are new word dies. This one says joy to the world. There's another one that says Christ is born. I'm going to give you a sneak peek a little bit of some of the other sets that are in this release from Divinity Designs. But there's a shadow, and then there's these really very pretty words, pretty fonts for these words. You can always just use the word dies by themselves. You don't always need to put it on the background, but I'm going to do that today because I wanted you to see how that looks together. And you can get a lot of different looks because you can use any colors. You can use monotone colors, or, you know, color that kind of goes with, you probably would want to go with colors that match your card, but you could go really matchy-matchy, as my daughter would say, or a contrast. I happen to like using black a lot because I think it really makes things pop. And I don't think it's just for birthday cards or Valentine's Day. I use it for Christmas cards all the time. And you can see that just, it's very nice because it really helps you line up the words that background does. So that is a good benefit to it. Okay. And now I'm just going to put on some pop-up dots. There they are. And I'm just going to randomly put them. These little squares are kind of my favorites, but I know everybody has their own thing that they like to use. It's all good. There. And take these little puppies off. I wonder why they get so staticky. I always find them on my shoes, on my shirts, always on my fingers. Okay. And then this, I'm just going to place right there. So there you have it. It's very fun to build scenes using a slimline because you have, you know, a much wider or longer space to play with. Obviously they can go like that too, but so it's the same card, just using simple colors. If you wanted to mass produce something, I really do think this is pretty easy. Takes a little while to cut things out, but once you had that all done, putting it together is pretty much a breeze. And you know, if you're like me, you get bored of doing the exact same thing all the time, you can change up your colors and do something else. So I did promise that I would show you one of the other cards I made for this release, but this is, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this whole thing in the screen, so I'm just going to show you a little bit at a time. Here's that Christ is Born, which is beautiful, and then this set is Keep Christ in Christmas, and very, very pretty images. They're really soft, and they're very pretty, easy to color. And obviously you don't need a whole lot of different colors. And then really pretty sentiments as well. So that is also at the store now too. So hopefully by the time you see this video, we haven't sold out of anything. But if we do, we'll definitely get it back in. Just just let the store folks know that you would like something if we don't have it in, and that's for anything. So anyway, thanks again so much for joining me and for checking out the video. And I hope you will create some scenes using dies with Slimlines. And I would love to see your creations too. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.